It is Friday. It is Stash Wars Live. Mike the Sig Slayer chilling with my main honorable villain, Mark the honorable villain. What up? What up, fam? What's cracking?
What's up, man? Chilling. We're about to talk to Timmy pretty soon. You know, everything's good on a Friday, man.
Everything is good, man. We got a jam-packed show. It's been a jam-packed week, man. Lots of great interviews, lots of great things that happened throughout the week here on the channel. We'll talk about that a little bit later on in the updates. But tonight we're going to talk about Gerry Conway's final signing, guys. So this is going to be epic. This is going to be Gerry Conway's final signing is going to be next week, February 14th at Arsenal Comics. And we have Arsenal Comics' very own Timmy Heague with us. Timmy Heague with us. And he's going to break it all down. So for all the people that are able to make this momentous occasion, you know, we're going to break it all down like we normally do on Stash Wars Live, guys. As you guys trickle in, please smash the like button. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff. You know, it's still the beginning of the year, second month of the year, beginning of February. And so there's a lot to unpack. They've been dropping announcements like crazy for shows. So there's really a lot to talk about. Been having a lot of fun on Whatnot and, you know, meeting a lot of people there. And it's just been really good to kind of see the full community 360, YouTube, IG, and then on Whatnot. And it's been, you know, it's been fun talking about the signature ecosystem here. And that's kind of where we wanted to go in the beginning of tonight's show. And that's doing a little Comic-Con preview because there's been more announcements to Megacon and Planet Comic-Con. And so we're going to unpack that really quick. And then we got Timmy Heague stopping by to break down the signing, the epic signing of Gerry Conway. So this is Megacon, Mark.
Yeah.
Now, you're not gonna be able to attend, right?
Yeah, for sure not. For sure not Megacon. For sure not. But I wish, man. Damn, for seeing it so far, Miller, Lee, Quesada, Capullo. You know,
yeah, Ryan Otley, Capullo, Jock. You know, he was there. Libra Mayo's back. I didn't think he was coming back. Jason Aaron, who was just on the show. I'm gonna click on these and see where it takes us. Okay, so they do have a little guest info here.
What days they're appearing?
He's gonna be there all week, and definitely he is tier 1. Jason Aaron is tier 1, and we're gonna break down the tiers in a little bit. But Libra Mayo, you know, looking forward to him. Let me know in the chat if you're going to be at Megacon. Would love to link up, say what up to you guys. But yeah, this we're unpacking Megacon. Now, Libra Mayo was 1 free and then 10 after that. I'm not mad at that. Simon Bisley's been making the rounds. So that's cool.
Amanda Connor's showing up.
Yes, and I didn't think that they were going, but I think they kind of alternate years. They don't go all the time. But Amanda Connor's going to be there. It's going to be a jam-packed show. Frank Cho, but I haven't seen the reason why I'm going yet, so I'm keep scrolling till I see that. John Tyler Christopher, we're still trying to get him on the show.
Clayton Crane, man.
Yeah, Clayton Crane, and Lee, Clay Mann, who I'm hoping to see before this show, but you know he's supposed to be there. He was supposed to be in New York. Still haven't met Clayman officially.
Yes. Yeah, so what happened with that in New York? He just didn't show up.
He just never showed up. Him and Koi Pell. Sarah Pacelli. Now this is a big one. This is a big name that's going to be at Megacon here. Sarah Pacelli. She doesn't make appearances in the city.
Yeah, she's Italian, right?
Yeah, this is a really good one. I'm going to definitely find some stuff for her to sign. Just off the ripper, you know. And then, but here's the number one reason why I'm going. Ivan Res.
Oh, he says it Hess. Ivan Hess.
Okay, well, shit.
That's
I said it the way I said it. And this is the homie right here. I can't wait. I'm bringing Blackest Night pages. He's gonna be my number one target. I'm gonna be in this line before anyone's because I want to make sure that I can get something out of it, and I'm pretty sure he would. You know, but Ryan Stigman. I mean, even way down here, there's all these guests. You know, you got Ryan Stigman, Mark Spears has had a resurgence. Who else we got here?
How long has Mark Spears been in the game?
He's been in the game for a minute. I can't recall the actual time, year.
Yeah, because he's hitting it off right now, man. But Anthony Marquez, man.
That's another one. Marquez. He's gonna be on the show on the 19th. So be on the lookout for Anthony Marquez here, the owner of the Cuba School. Here we go.
On his birthday.
Yeah, it's gonna be a birthday episode. Yeah, so Marquez, he's gonna be here.
Bill Morrison.
I can't wait to see Bill Morrison again. Brett Breeding. I thought he was gonna be at OAX, but he's not.
You know
Greg
anyone?
Land. Who?
You know anyone else?
I was about to say Greg Land. Interviewed him over at
Memphis.
At Memphis. Yep. And then Garrett Gunn. Garrett Gunn was on the process with David Barron. Good boy.
Is it alphabetical order?
I believe so. Greg Horn, Jeremy Adams. I figured he was going to be there. I'm going to definitely say what up to him. And I'm looking for John Timms right now.
He's going to be...
Because he said he was going to be there. But let's see. Larry Houston. Oh, yeah. What's up with Larry Houston? We supposed to have interviewed him already.
Yeah, we just still got to reschedule.
We got Wolf. I'm going to get something from her. For sure. Michael Golden. And Dan Moore said he was going to be at Heroes too. I mean, at Megacon too.
Has his name already passed already?
No.
Oh, well. Is it by last name? Yeah. Or no, by first name. Yeah, so he should have been all the way up there.
Yeah. Dan Moore's name wasn't up here. I think that's going to be another announcement, dude. But he said he was going to be there.
Do you guys want to catch Dan Moore, man? Two Costa Rican artists, Dan Moore, John Timms.
Okay, so yeah, so I'm just scrolling back up real quick. Yeah, so Pacelli, like Yvonne Reese, Jimmy Palmiotti, Clayman, Joe Kelly. I haven't met him. He's been around for a while. I got some JLA issues that he did with Doug.
He's one of the creators of Ben 10.
Oh, that's right.
So I've been wanting to meet Joe Kelly too, man.
Yeah, I never met Joe Kelly.
I think
Jason Aaron. Yeah, going to see him in person. Yeah, Greg Capullo, Jock. Yeah, this is going to be good. This is going to be really good. Shout out to everybody who's in the chat right now. Space Case, what up? Yeah, we're doing our we're going to be talking about, let me just to bring it back home real quick. We're going to be breaking down the very final signing of the great Gerry Conway. And in about 20 more minutes, the owner that's hosting this event is going to break things down. So, you want to know what's up. I'm all about trying to prepare people before these events. A lot of times you don't really know what's popping. You know what I mean? So, for all the people that are in SoCal area, you want to get your final shot, your first shot at Gerry Conway, and he's absolute legend in the game. So check that out. Check that out. Later on, we're going to do a whole segment on the great Gerry Conway soon enough. But then going back here, and now we're heading to Planet Comic-Con. And now this shit's been blowing up. Planet Comic-Con's announcements have been exploding this week. This show, let me know in the chat if you're going to Kansas City for Planet Comic-Con. This show looks litty for the fucking committee. It is fire. Check this out. Let me calm down. All right, Chris Bachalo, John Tyler Christopher. Okay, so that's rollover from Mega. But there we go. Dan Mora, Paul Dini off the rip. This first row, spectacular. What about the second row? Chris Claremont, Adam Kubert. Damn. And then Kevin Anderson, he comes around to a lot of shows. He's at CCR a lot. But then, boom, Scotty Young, Doug Mankey. Let's go. I'm there. Scotty Young, Doug Mankey, G. Willow Willison, Bill Morrison again. But then you got Art Germ, dude. Art Fripping Germ. Art Germ's going to be there. Period. This is I can't wait. Art Germ's going to be there. Joe Staten, Dustin Wynn is rolling to Kansas City. Jim Starlin. I'm looking forward to this. Get Mad Jim Starlin, Sigs, Bags, Mark Bagley. It's like, dude, it's like all these guests. It's like the Sig Slayer's Hall of Fame, all these former guests. And here's another former guest, Dan Jurgens. He's going to be there. I'm looking forward to it. I got that Death of Superman blank. I'm trying to get a sketch by Dan Jurgens somehow, some way. They just made a Death of Superman blank. Superman 75. And then Al Milgrom, who you just saw last weekend.
Yeah.
Steve Epting, person I just met 2024 Baltimore. That was the first time I met him. I got a few books from him. I got tucked away. Now, Phil Hester and Andy Park. These are two people that I have not met together. So, Phil Hester is going to be at OAX. Andy Parks is not. Now, they were both supposed to be there at Planet Comic-Con when we were there last of 2024, and they both weren't. So I was a little disappointed. So I'm still wait.
Andy Parks was there.
Yeah, you know what? I think you're right, and I didn't want to see Andy Parks without Phil Hester.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
And then you got where you see Tom Ruger. I didn't see Tom Ruger at the bottom. But you got Dan Reba first. All right. And then you have Tom Ruger, the legend. And then you got Derek Chew, I'm a big fan of. Freddie Williams II, I'm a fan of. Federici, I'm a fan of. Right here. He don't have nothing there, but yeah, Ricardo Federici, I'm a fan of.
You've never seen him before, right?
Federici, I've been at shows that he was at, but I never got anything signed. But I got some books for him this time. Rick Burchett, can't wait. Kevin Altieri, so you got the whole Batman anime series comic adaptation folks together. But there was a name that I was excited about. I'm still waiting on. I'm still looking. All right, now I'm scrolling up because there was a name that was announced, and I haven't seen it. I didn't see it.
Who is it?
Someone told me There was a bird in the street told me that Ed McGuinness is going to be here, but I haven't seen his name.
I thought we saw that. I thought that was announced. No. I thought that was announced a while ago. I've seen him on there, but did they move it around? Or did
I didn't see Ed McGuinness's name.
It looked like some of them moved, because remember I was telling you about Ale Garza, and
Right.
I remember his was like in the middle. Now it's on the side, so I'm not sure if you think he canceled.
Maybe, yeah. But so I wasn't. My mind wasn't playing tricks on me because I thought I saw his name somewhere. What up to everybody? Make sure you guys smash the like button. We are talking about the biggest shows at this top quarter of the year. It's February, but I think New Orleans had a show. There hasn't been many yet. I know you were at Cal Comic Con, but those are like small shows.
Yeah.
We're talking about epic shows like this. Planet Comic Con, where you got Dan Mora, Paul Dini, Chris Pachalo, Chris Claremont, Adam Kubert, Doug Mankey, Scotty Young. God damn.
So
Art Germ.
If Ed McGuinness somehow canceled, could you say which one's better, Megacon or Planet Comic Con?
Right now? Ooh, hold on. Let us know in the chat, guys. Have you guys seen Megacon's list? We should show Megacon's list. And now we're on Planet Comic Con. They're both pretty loaded. One has Jim Lee and Frank Miller and Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo, right? Lieber Mayho and a bunch of other people. But this show has Paul Dini and Chris Claremont and Adam Kubert, Art Germ, Scotty Young, Doug Mankey. Like, so it hits you in another area.
Classic.
And
right?
and it's classic guys, and it seems like it's just as good. I mean, yeah, if you're hankering to spend $100 a sig on Frank Miller or $80 a sig on Jim Lee, sure. But I say, even with those guys, this has a pretty thorough list. And then there is some rollover too. So there's some people that are at both shows. So now I'm curious. I'm going back to Megacon. Let's review this once more. All right. So
and then Dan said that he was going to be at Megacon too. So
yeah, Dan did say that, man. That's what I'm saying, man. So you got Dan Mora and so here we have Megacon again. So let us know in the chat, guys, which con you think is better. Now, I still think Planet Comic Con is going to have Ed McGuinness. So until they tell us otherwise. But you got Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo, Jim Lee, Frank Miller, Joe Quesada, Jock, Lieber Mayho, Jason Aaron, Amanda Connor, John Tyler Christopher, Javi Fernandez, forgot to mention him, Clayton Crane, Tyler Kirkham, Joe Kelly, Clay Mann, Sean Gordon Murphy, Jimmy Palmiotti, Sarah Pacelli, Yvonne Reese, Ryan Stegman, Mark Spears, Stephen Platt, Bill Morrison, Brett Breeding. Oh, Ben Tipplesmith is going to be there. Chad Harden. Shit. This one's looking kind of thick. Greg Horn, Greg Land, Jeremy Adams. This one's, hold on. Lucio Perillo, forgot about that. Maria Wolf, Martin Simmons, Michael Golden, Miko Swian, Mirko Indolfo. Shit. Scott Hanna. Okay. All right. So off the rip, I gotta say Megacon is better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to Megacon. I'm going back to to Planet right now. We're gonna revisit it. So we got Chris Pachalo, John Tyler Christopher. He's both there. Dan Morris so far is announced here and not there.
Yeah.
Paul Dini, Chris Claremont, Adam Kubert, Scotty Young, Doug Mankey, G. Willow Wilson, Bill Morrison, he's at both. Art Germ, Joe Staten, Dustin Wynn, Jim Starlin, Mark Bagley, Al Milgram, Steve Epting, Dan Jurgens, Phil Hester, Andy Park, Dan Reba, Tom Ruger, Derek Chu, Freddie Williams, Ricardo Federici, Cullen Bunn, we didn't say his name earlier, Rick Burchett, Kevin Altieri,
I don't know, man. I like
no, dude, I haven't said nothing. No, dude. Megacon, I was still talking. I was still reading off names. I was silent that last little stretch. Megacon wins off of, to me, sheer talent alone.
I like Planet Comic Con better. I like the mix that it has and everything. I think what would really depend is if Ed McGuinness is going or not. So
if Ed McGuinness goes, that would make it stronger. But then, like, dude, like, think about it. Like, we mentioned, like, all those, like, A-list guys, Jim Lee, Frank Miller, Scott Snyder.
I know for sure I'm not messing with that, unless it's Sig or something,
No, I'm saying Jim. I'm taking my mission aside, and I'm just waiting to show just talent for talent, like not putting my personal interests aside. Like, so even if you took away Jim Lee, Frank Miller, Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo, you still got Lieber Mayho, Joe Quesada, Yvonne Reese, Sarah Pacelli, Ryan Stegman, what's the other one? Ryan Otley. I mean, there's more. Javi Fernandez, Martin Simmons. They still had more. Maria Wolf.
Yeah, and possibly Dan Moore, right?
Yeah, and then possibly Dan Moore. So it's like, I honestly think Mega is Mega, but
you might be right. Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm going to both, and because Planet has something that Mega doesn't. It doesn't have Chris Claremont. It doesn't have Adam Kubert. It doesn't have Scotty Young and Art Germ. Those are big names. Jim Starlin. Those are names that I want to see early on in the year. So in the back half of the year, I don't have to worry about it.
I just learned right now, I can't make it to. I didn't learn. I just checked my schedule. I can't make it to Planet unless I fly out and then fly right back. So I can't make it out to Planet.
So tell us, guys, which con is better, Megacon or Planet Comic Con? Just based off of what we just kind of reviewed right now. Planet Comic Con's in Kansas City, and Megacon is in Orlando, Florida. Let us know which con is better, Megacon or Planet Comic Con. I want to know. Let's know in the chat. We'll go over it one more time.
What's the dates for Megacon?
So Megacon, I'll tell you right now. Scrolling up. Mega is on the 19th of March, 19th to the 22nd of March.
Okay.
And Planet is the weekend after, the 27th to 29th. So they're back to back. But it's kind of cool because they're two different regions.
Yeah.
So Planet got the Midwest on lock.
Yeah.
And Planet Comic-Con Megacon has the whole Southeast on lock. pretty much.
Yeah.
Everybody goes there, and it has a good showing of international guys. Now, I have to. We're talking about Comic-Con previews, and I'm kind of dipping a little bit in the second quarter, but for this reason, these two shows, Megacon and Planet Comic-Con, are putting out a good showing. So if everybody shows up, no one cancels, right? Everything stands pat, and the show's going. These are two formidable shows. I want to bring it back to Cali for a second, because in the second quarter, first and second quarter, you got WonderCon coming up in March. So WonderCon is in the mix. And then in May, you have Comic-Con Revolution in Ontario.
Yeah.
So I'm saying this is pre-San Diego Comic-Con. My question to you, man, because I don't even think it's worth showing on the website right now. The website.
Yeah.
WonderCon. What happened to WonderCon? WonderCon kind of fell off.
Looks rough, man. The only special guest that, and I've been talking to the homies out here, and the only special guest that we kind of know is Babs Tarr, But that, I don't think she's as crazy of a name as, like, if they're like, oh, okay, Todd McFarlane's coming out or Frank Miller's coming out. All these cats live out here too, so I don't know how it's so difficult for them to get one of these guys. Like, I think 6 out of the 7 original Image founders live out here,
but is it about those guys? Is that what makes these conventions cool, to have Image founders there? I hope not. I mean, not that I don't want them around.
Just superstars, just some superstars. So that's what I'm saying. Like Miller, McFarlane, or the Image guys. Just someone crazy, a good guest, maybe even Stan Sakai, get some classic guy like that, or Brian Lee O'Malley lives out here. Just someone. They announced a bunch of voice actors and video game guys, and it's just, for comic guys, it's a big letdown,
So Timmy's here, and before we let him in, just to put a bow on that real quick, we're talking about Cali real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Obviously, we want to have some Image founders, right? But that's not what's making Megacon great and Planet Comic-Con great. What makes those guys great is they have a good mixture of classic creators and current creators, right? You got Art Germ, Scotty Young, Derek Chu, and all those guys. But then you still got Claremont and Doug Mankey and all of those guys. You got to have that mix, that perfect mixture, or if you have too much of one or the other, is people are going to get bored, especially in Cali, because I've always said, especially I've been all around the country now, Cali, we have probably like the most kind of concentrated comic book fandoms. We got comic book shops all over the place, and so it's, to me, it's the mecca. Southern California is the mecca of comic books. I would battle anybody, because if you look at the sheer volume of comic book shops, just in the greater Los Angeles area would dwarf states worth of comic book shops. And so with that, there's all kinds of different comic book events. And so, but I want WonderCon. San Diego is all right, but WonderCon used to be lit. WonderCon used to be up there with San Diego. And since COVID, it struggled a little bit with the guests. Oh, I forgot. You need some of the international people too. You need to have some of those Italian cats, the Costa Ricans and all those cats that are doing all these variant covers, that's getting all the interior work now on DC and Marvel. You got to have those guys in the mix too, on the West Coast. The East Coast is getting them more often, so the West Coast got to get them. All right, last word before we put Timmy in.
Yeah, you're preaching to the choir, Mike. Bring Timmy in, man. You're preaching, man.
All right. Well, we're going to bring in the owner of one of the best shops in all of Southern California. It has one of the best social media followings in all of social media. We have Timmy Heague from Arsenal Comics. What's
Hey,
up,
what's up?
Timmy? How you doing, brother?
I'm good. I'm real good. I'm real good. I love the graphics we got here on the screen. It's perfect, really, especially with the day I've had, because with Gerry's signing, we've also been orchestrating the sale of his personal collection. And so, I mean, I was making the joke today that I have never seen Firestorm, Power Girl, or Punisher, and many other characters so much in my life, and just been so stoked about it. I mean, I have seen every action figure made of Firestorm, Power Girl, Punisher. Like, it's just, I'm having the time of my life with this for sure.
How big is the collection?
Oh, it's massive. In about 2 hours, we're going to be posting on the Arsenal socials a bunch of Punisher, Power Girl, Firestorm, Killer Croc, and other characters he created, statues, figures. Because, like, for me, with his final signing, I want to be able to get like the coolest stuff possible from his personal collection there for sale at the event, so people can, just get it and get it signed by the man himself. And for me, I'm always the power of the local comic shop, and it's them waiting in line all day. I want them to be rewarded by having first dibs on this really cool stuff before we ever sell it on eBay or the store website or something like that.
Fantastic. So I got to go back to the beginning.
Yeah, please.
First, before we even get into the signing, because we get people from all over the country, all over the world that watch this stream, and just to let people know a little bit about your shop, Arsenal Comics, real quick.
Yeah, we're located in Ventura County with 2 locations to serve, Ventura and Thousand Oaks. We specialize in store signings, new comics, vintage back issues, and cards. And, we're known for big free comic day events, community outreach events, putting comics for free in kids' hands. And then, we love signings. And Gerry Conway was our very first comic book legend we ever hosted back in 2016. And I'm, very thankful to say that he's been a friend of mine since, a friend of the store. With me being a comic book writer, he's been a mentor with me for that, looking at my scripts, helping tweak them, giving me notes. I love Gerry. He's done so much for me through the years, and it's a real honor to have his last final public signing be at one of my locations, and of course help his estate with his awesome collection.
Fantastic. So let's get into this.
Yeah.
How did like you just explained your relationship with Gerry?
Yeah.
I have a stack of books here that I'm going to showcase later. All of these books were signed at your store. These are my Gerry. This is my Gerry Conway stack, and so these were signed back 4 or 5 years ago at your shop, and then we're going to show those off later. But explain a little bit of how we got to this point of the final signing. That this is it. This is the last hurrah.
Yeah, he has truly put in the time, and like just the body of work that Gerry has contributed to comic books. Like it's just so cool, and to me, just what a powerful thing to say goodbye on your own terms to the fans, to the public. I mean, he has done store signings constantly through the years, convention circuit. I mean, he has created a cornerstone of Marvel and DC's history that essentially goes into pop culture itself. I mean, you can't go outside once a week without seeing somebody with, Punisher on their shirt, right? Or a bumper sticker. That iconic character is transcended to pop culture and so much more. And like, he is, in my opinion, after Stan, it comes Gerry Conway and Roy Thomas for, Amazing Spider-Man, in terms of, legendary creators that have established the lore of the character and contributed so much. And just, he's one of the all-time greats. And it's time to have one last great signing event. And it's gone viral online. We've been very blessed with the response we've gotten. We're really, really, really going to go out with a bang. It's going to be something special. It's crazy to think it's 1 week tomorrow.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mark.
Timmy, I've been talking all about it, out here in SoCal, and man, the one thing I keep on getting, they're like, damn, I have to ask the missus to sign it. So who decided Valentine's Day was
between his schedule, my schedule, the events we'd already established. I got some intense travel going on this year, a lot of intense travel. So we looked at both our calendars, and that was the one Saturday that made that could work. And it's kind of one of those things like, yeah, it's Valentine's Day, but like, you know, when it's someone's last signing day of his like fame and success, you can really pick any day and people are going to come.
Well, it's early in the morning, so that's good.
Yeah, 12 to 3. Yeah, you know, you don't got to cancel his dinner reservations.
Yeah, and I think it's cool because it's like, it's for the love, man. It's for the love
for sure.
Gerry Conway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
That's
like
more
it's
romantic than comics. Yeah.
Yeah, right. It's his final one. I think it's definitely a great day to do it because it is a Saturday. It is a Saturday, and people are able to go. And I do like the time positioning. And so he approached you guys with this. Hey, I want to have my final hurrah.
You know, yeah. I mean, I pretty much for the last 6 months have been hanging out with Gerry once every week and just sitting down and, you know, just getting our time in together. And we decided it was, you know, just something we played around with. You know, he didn't want to keep doing signings. He wanted one last one, a big hurrah. And it kind of came to be. And, you know, it was also very like in the same conversation of me, you know, selling his personal collection of just awesome stuff. I mean, he has all these comps he's received through the years of statues, action figures, pops, omnibuses, single issues of comics that he wrote all the way from the 70s till today. One of my favorite things in his collection, you know, it's the special, unique things for me when I come across a collection like this that really stand out. And, you know, because it's weird. I've lived a life now where, like, I have sold multiple AF-15s, you know, so, like, if I've sold multiple first appearance of Spider-Man's, like, it's got to be something for me, like, that really blows me away. That's unique, like, special. And in the 70s, what's really sick is writers in the bullpen would be like, hey, I want to have all my comps, all my books and my runs all bounded in a book. And it was pre-graphic novel. They didn't exist yet. And so Gerry, Len Wein, Roy Thomas would get all their books, all their comps, and even just comics they really loved. And they would put them in these amazing leather-bounded books, like get them custom done. And with the ones in Gerry's collection that were his works, like on the spine, like it's got by Gerry Conway, like they're just so cool. And with something unique with that, like I'm thankful that whenever I have a collection, I look at like what's the best way to maximize value, get it to the right customer, the right collector. And I have a really good relationship with Heritage Auctions. And they've sold leather bounded stuff, like from Jack Kirby's personal collection, stuff like that. So I'm really like these leather bounded books are super special. And Heritage, I have given them off to Heritage, and they will go up most likely in May.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead and ask that question. I know you're going there, Mark.
And I believe you have another thing in the news with Heritage, right? You just sold.
Yes. And you know, and that's what's interesting as you say that is because you know, you can't control the timing of things in life. And yes, I have been, you know, I'm in the news right now for selling an Action Comics #1. At the same time, selling Gerry's collection. The Action Comics #1 did not come from Gerry. Gerry, me and him have made the joke how he wishes it did, you know, because a lot of people have thought, you know, of the timing of things. But no, I started selling Gerry's collection probably in the new year, and I had already signed the deal for the Action Comics 1 to sell it in early December.
Was that Action Comics? So that was part of Arsenal stock, or yours?
So it is the story on that. Not to you know pivot too much from you know the man Gerry Conway. That's what I'm here to talk about. The Action Comics #1 was a longtime collector of like since day one. Like we're talking day one. He's been collecting for decades and decades. And my reputation just, you know, it did me well. And I had a friend of a friend reach out, showed me photos of an Action Comics #1, saying he's looking for, you know, a good, honest guy with the skills to get it done. And the book had restoration. It was PGX. So he needed someone who could be trustworthy to take it all the way to Florida, get the restoration taken off, get it regraded, and, you know, just make sure it was in safe, good hands. And I'm proud to say that was me, and I got the job all done. And there'll be more books from that same collector of that same caliber, like a Detective 27, a Batman one, a Superman one, really crazy stuff. And yeah, so it's a cool year for me. Between that and helping out Gerry and hosting Gerry's final signing, my first Image Comics feature, it's 2026 is off to a rock and roll start for yours truly, for sure.
All right, let's get down to brass tacks about the signings. Timmy, I don't know if you know this, we go over signature price guys pretty much every time we do a Stash Wars live on Friday. Sure. And so, and because one of the big things is people do a great job of publicizing the event, but don't publicize the details of the event. So we're prepared. So tell us what you can share about the details of the event as far as signature pricing and yada yada.
It's all really simple. 25 is his price for anything to be signed, and then 35 if you're doing CGC. CGC will be there at the event, a representative, a witness, and you can pay $35 to get it signed, and then you pay, of course, CGC's fees. So yeah, the CGC fees, which I think do come around to $35. Don't quote me on that. We're leaving all the CG stuff to CGC. You know, we're just the host, we're just the venue. But yeah, Gerry's charging, Gerry and his team are charging 25 for just signing, you know, raw, and then 35 if you're getting something graded.
So there we go. So that's tier 2, ladies and gentlemen. Gerry Conway is still tier 2. He was 25 for this event, and this is his final event, guys. This is his final one. Mark, what you got?
Timmy, there is no mail-in option or anything. I think one of our friends said that you sent in a book.
So my friends at Arch Rival Autos are facilitating all that. I got my hands full with setting up the signing, facilitating the signing, and dealing with, Gerry's collection. And so that's one of my hats is already pretty full there. So when it comes to the mail and send in stuff, we're leaving that all to Arch Rivals. Their email, if you're interested, is archrivalautos@gmail.com. It's also in the caption of the post of the event.
Okay. And one more thing, how much do you think the attendance is going to be? How many people do you think are going to be in attendance?
I mean, I want to hope for the best. I want it to be the craziest line we've ever had. I mean, it's Gerry's last signing. I mean, he's a true comic book legend. I mean, his body of work, like I've said, is just so out of this world. I mean, there's not many left out there and just that can rival. It's just, I'm always in awe. Like, as I'm going through a storage locker, I'm just like, I even forget he created like a certain character I'll come across. I'll just be like, wow. But yeah, we're going to try our hardest to fit as many people as we can in, 3 hours. I am proud to say with just all the confidence in my heart that we are the best at what we do with this. And, we run a very professional tight ship. I mean, my last crazy signing was Mikey Way of My Chemical Romance. And he told me that was the best signing he's ever had and the most professional signing he's ever had. So it's just, we'll make sure everyone gets their special moment with Gerry and everything gets signed. Of our biggest priority, of course, is making sure he's okay and just making sure he's at a speed that's good and manageable, but we are going to try and, get as many people as we can through those 3-hour windows.
I saw that Mikey Way line, and I've seen the line for Dan Slott too, man. Did you count either of those attendances?
For Mikey Way, I fit 196 people. That was how many people we had in just a 2-hour window. So yeah, it's wild. I truly don't know what to expect. We've had calls, people saying they're flying in and stuff, which is really cool. Gerry's really honored about that. That's super sick. But yeah, I just don't know what to expect. And, also too, we've been, been full transparency with people, like, and we say this with all our high profile signings. Like, if you truly, truly want to guarantee like everything, just make sure you get there as early as possible. Yeah. Like, I'm not going to tell you what time to show up, but like, if you truly, 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 like, if this is like, wow, I got to get something signed, like, show up early, line up early. Like, you just
and there's no ticket razzmatazz. You just show up early, first come, first serve.
Yeah.
I'll be there.
Yeah. So it's just like, you just show up, and if you want to be there, to make sure you're there as early as possible, as I recommend. if he can go past 3, maybe he will, but there's also a good chance, he might have to, be before 3. It's, he's got a lot of energy in him, but, he's doing the best he can.
So be ready, be prepared. I do like those rules. I like textbook rules because when there's a will, there's a way. Now, okay, I just want to reiterate, it's first come, first serve. Timmy's saying get there as early as possible if you really want what you're trying to get, okay? CGC is available there, so there is witnessing, and you still have to pay your normal CGC fees and all of that jazz, and it's the extra $10, right? So it's $35 for the witness, right?
And we'll have tons of stuff there. Like, we'll have tons of cool stuff from his personal collection. We'll have the statues, we'll have the toys, we'll have the figures, we'll have omnibuses, single issues. But if you are local to SoCal, we have already set up a display of some of those toys, statues, and pops and figures. So, like, if you're local and you want first dibs, awesome. We're not going to stop you. But yeah, we're cranking out tons of cool stuff to have available. And yeah, there's going to be like ASM 129 facsimiles, reprints, rare older reprints. It's cool. It's cool stuff.
And Jerry's got some good taste, man. I saw those Journey into Mystery that you posted. You still have the Superman versus Amazing Spider-Man, or did someone take that?
No, that's sold this morning. Yeah, that was. Yeah, I was surprised it lasted till the morning. Honestly, I thought that was going to go last night. That's the big one.
Let me add you to this scene real quick, Timmy. 1 second. All right. So first off, let's go here. Boom. All right.
Yeah.
Because I'm about to show some stuff off. Because one, SEG here is in the comments right here talking all kind of trash. Well, one, if we said people get their comic signed, yep, $25 a pop. $35 if you want some 6. First come, first serve. Then if only Mike owns some Marvel books, he could get more Jerry, right? Well
I would say that comment was a waste of his time typing away, because Jerry has such a body of DC Comics work, like an ungodly amount. I mean, it's just Legion of Superheroes, Firestorm, Justice League, Wonder Woman, all his horror stuff that he did. Gosh, like, it's just it goes on and on and on. So, like, he really did. I mean, and so much Batman. Like, so yeah, it's, he really is a master of both Marvel and DC, and I think that's what makes him so impressive, is that he had such bodies of work established in both publishing worlds.
Yes, man. And so I got to do this. While we got Timmy here, this Gerry Conway dedication, get everybody revved up to go to Arsenal Comics next Saturday at 12 o'clock, 12 to 3, right? 12 to 3. Valentine's Day, that's February 14th. I'm about to get you guys pumped up. Let's get pumped up. I'm about to show you guys some dope shit right now. Yeah. All right, here it is. Talking about Marvel. Hey, to me, this is the ultimate right here. You got the best of both worlds. Right here. You got the Superman versus Amazing Spider-Man. So this is one of the few Marvel books I have signed, and you got to go with the best. Got to go with the gusto. The original, the first Marvel DC crossover here, and it's signed by Gerry Conway already and Neil Adams, because Neil told me, rest in peace. Neil told me that he did all the Superman figure work in this book. So I had Gerry and Neil Adams sign this. Now, you mentioned, Timmy, boom, somebody said I must have that book. Of course it was a dig at me. That's why I'm on a full screen right now. Full attack mode. Here we go. You said a ton of Batman, Timmy.
Classic, yeah.
Here we go. Here we're about to start. This is, I think, Jerry's first Batman issue. This is 340. And then the other thing about Gerry Conway that people don't understand, he was a part of pivotal moments in DC history, as far just on a social level, not even trying to be, just like he just happened to be a part of an era. For example, this is Batman 341. This is the first time a this is a backstory. So this is signed by Gerry Conway, Trevor Von Eaton, and Mike DiCarlo. Here, Trevor Von Eaton from Guyana, right? First person of African descent to draw Batman on the Gerry Conway story, and then first African American Batman cover right here. Gerry Conway, 342, and this is signed by Gerry Conway and Dennis Cowan. So this is Dennis Cowan's first ever Batman cover right here. So Gerry Conway's part of Batman history, and I had to get two.
Nice.
And then we're just blazing through these hot joints right here that were all signed at Timmy's store. And this is dope because you got Trevor Von Eaton, Gerry Conway, bangers.
And
Nice.
Yes, sir. And these are Gerry Conway with Jim Aparo. This is like classic stuff.
Doesn't get any better than that.
Then you got Gerry Conway with Jose Luis Garcia Lopez double sig right here on the Joker's birthday. You can get the Joker's birthday signed next week. I love this Rupert Thorne cover. Gerry Conway.
Oh, yeah. The Hugo Strange era is fun.
And then people thought it was Tom King. It was not. It was Gerry Conway, the Bat.
Yeah.
And the cat. There it is. Bat and the cat. Right?
You see the chat, Mike?
What is he saying here?
I got to peace out, boys. I got to go to my next stop, but I just want to
do your thing, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it pushing. Timmy, hold on one second. Let me
appreciate that.
One second. One more time. Next Saturday, at 12 o'clock to 3 p.m. Valentine's Day, Gerry Conway's final signing. Thank you so much, Timmy.
I keep forgetting it's on Valentine's Day. It's Gerry Conway Day. All right, y'all. Thanks so much for having me. I'll see you guys at the signing, 12 to 3. Yeah, Arsenal Newbury Park, and we'll see you there for a very special day. Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
Care, bro.
Good night.
See you, Timmy.
Peace. All right. I'm back. All right, here we go. Here we go. I'm keeping going.
Who did that cover?
I think this is Ed Hannigan, Dick Giordano.
It's a nice cover, yeah.
I got my first appearance of Firelord, Furry Beast by Gerry Conway a few years ago. Here's the first appearance of Jason Todd, signed by Gerry Conway. And then this is the Killer Croc. And then this is the first cover of Killer Croc that you can get Dan Jurgens on. This is Dan Jurgens' first ever Batman issue. You got Gerry Conway, Dan Jurgens on this first Killer Croc cover. So just to let you guys know, this was back when Gerry. Oh, here's another Dan Jurgens one. This one's dope right here. Dan Jurgens and Gerry Conway.
Dan Jurgens on art, or
Dan Jurgens on the interiors, not this cover.
Really?
He did interiors. Yeah, this is Ed Hannigan cover again.
Hey, Jason, what's Firelord's first appearance? On the first furry beast. The first gray beast when he gets fur.
Oh, I'm always like, dude, what the hell is furry beast? And then I'm like, oh.
You know the beast didn't have fur before, right?
Yeah, I know that, but it's just like when people just say it in conversation.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
So Gerry was the one that gave him fur.
Say that again?
Gerry was the one that gave him fur and everything. Made him hairy. Or 225.
Boom. So we talked about Comic-Con, but let me take this banner off real quick. Gerry Conway's last signing. We had Timmy Heague. This is when he was $10, right? But that was back 2021, 2022.
Do you know how much he was when he showed up to CCR a few years back?
$10.
$10? Okay.
This was $10. This was at. I got this signed in Long Beach.
He was at Long Beach too? Damn, he was making his round.
Yeah, I bought this at Long Beach for him to sign. So yeah, like yeah, that's So you guys, so let me know. So let me go back to SCG's comment real quick because I think that's cool. I got my first appearance. What would you guys get? Let us know in the chat. What Gerry Conway books would you get signed if you could make it to this final signing? What would you get signed? Starting with you, Mark. What would you get signed? What are you bringing?
Oh, I only got one. $25 is a bit much, but it's Gerry Conway. It's his last signing, but I'm not too liquid these days, so I'm gonna take this one. Superman.
There you go.
That's
there we go. Boom. Hold yours up. So bam. There it is. That's not a reprint, right? That's the OG, right?
No, I don't buy no reprints. I don't buy no facility. How the hell do you say it?
What you talking about? Fugazi? Oh, facsimile? Fugazi facsimiles?
Yep. I don't buy no facsimiles, man.
So, what's your strategy? You're going to be there.
I'm gonna go early so I can see my girlfriend at night, man. Because where you at? So I gotta go early, get that shit done.
So I mean,
for Valentine's.
That's what I'm saying. How early are you? Like, what's the strategy?
I just try to go like 8, maybe. I don't know. 8.
We'll see. Well, I'm curious if cats are flying out. If cats are flying out, that's.
I know there's gonna be cats.
I think this is gonna be Todd in Pasadena.
No, Todd's like known though to like cats young and old and like cats on the street know Todd. Like you could catch a cat on the street and he might know who Todd McFarlane is. You might catch a cat on the street and
do people know who Dan Slott is?
The new crowd.
Bro, that Dan Slott line at Arsenal was insane.
Yeah,
and who's bigger, Dan Slott or Gerry Conway?
I don't know why that one was that insane though, man. Because I think I saw.
That's what I'm saying, dog.
I think I saw Dan Slott like sometime around there, and it was easy out because I didn't go to that one because I saw him like right before that or something at LA Comic-Con or something.
So guys, yeah, we're talking about Gerry Conway's last signing ever at Arsenal Comics, and we just had Arsenal Comics owner Timmy Heague with us, and it sounds like it's going to be a popping event.
Sizable.
That's funny. But yeah, so I'm curious. So any last thoughts on this, man? On the Gerry part, we still got a lot of stuff to cover, but
man, Gerry deserves all the love that he can get. I think that's good timing. Valentine's Day, go tell Gerry your final thoughts and everything on Valentine's Day. Last time you're probably gonna see him, but get your book signed and everything. Get the best of the best that you can get out. Your Death of Gwen Stacy's, your first Firestorms, your Superman versus Spider-Man. Get all your good stuff out because it's your last chance.
Yeah, do it, man. SoCal, stand up. Support the legend. I feel sorry for the East Coast guys because I know all the East Coast, Midwest. I call it anybody that's east of California is East Coast to me. But anybody, outside of SoCal, I know they could benefit from meeting him. Probably never met him. It's not like he went to every show. It's not like he's hitting the circuit like some of these guys that we've seen on the Megacon preview or the Planet Comic Con preview. Just to go, hold on, where we at here? I just want to show this real quick because I don't think we've shown this. But Gerry Conway was on our channel, and he talked about a lot of stuff. But one of the things that I thought was super interesting was the fact that he said that there was a witches coven. Marvel had a witches coven.
I think he meant to take out that W and put a B. I think that's what he was saying, that there's just some chicks, you know, just trying to cause some trouble, you know.
No, he said this person couldn't get fired. This person couldn't get fired because she's a part of my coven. And he said Marvel, and this is in the 70s, had a witches coven. Now, that shit sounds weird right now, but in the 70s, there was all kind of philosophies and crazy shit going on.
Okay.
And I want to know what kind of crazy witchcraft shit were they doing back in those days? I'm just so curious. You know, like we let it slide because there were so much other things. But when we talk to him again, and we will,
yeah,
a witches coven?
It's a possibility. Yeah.
What the hell? That's crazy. Marvel, they had real life witches, and he's probably going to talk about it right here. So check if you haven't seen this Gerry Conway interview, I highly recommend it. I believe this is the short clip version, but there's a longer version of it where it has like everything. But what the hell is a witch? Like, for real. Like, I'm not talking about like the Salem era and shit like that. We're talking about in the 70s.
So you really think they're doing like magic? They're doing like sacrifices or something, you know?
They was doing something.
Hexes, spells, and stuff, you know?
Something. I don't know what their philosophy is. I don't know what a witch is. That's what I'm saying. I know what we see on TV and stuff, what a witch is, but what is a real life witch? This dude said, and I quote, "We can't fire her because she's a part of our coven." And then he said Marvel had a witches coven. Like, he said that. I'm just waiting on. I'm reading his lips right now.
Wait, are you listening to it, or are you?
No, I'm not. I'm just reading his lips right now.
Shit, I can't read lips like that, man.
Well, when you edited this shit so much, like crazy, like I think he already said it already because this is the Punisher. Yeah, I talk about it. He said it right at the end. But shit, now I want to say something.
Because, but you know, I also, as Peter Parker was my alter ego. Come back at DC, so I went back to DC and stayed there for 10 years.
Well, Gerry, one of the things that you did do at your time at Marvel was create the Punisher.
And I also, on some level, felt that I was.
Nah, it's not on this one. It's on the full one, dude. It's on the full one.
You cut this one because it's a small one. No,
this is the clip version. Yeah, this is the clip version. Yeah, it's on the full version. But he says Marvel, because we were asking him, succeeding Stan Lee as the editor, right? Editor in chief of Marvel. And we were like, who was the hardest shit? He said like, what was the hardest like thing? And he was saying like some chick was like Claremont's chick, and he was saying all kinds of stuff. Like, if you go back and listen to it, he was saying some stuff. I just didn't want to like call some attention to it like I'm some TMZ type shit, but it was like he said a lot of stuff in there. But that Witches Coven, to this day, what the hell? Like, that's some like True Detective shit. Like, what were they doing? You know what I mean? Like season 1, True Detective season 1. I'm still trying to figure it out. But anyway,
well,
the legend has what's up?
Well, we were talking to Steve Englehart and who was he with? And they're taking mind altering drugs, you know. So I don't know. It's the 70s. Yeah, you're right.
That's what I'm saying. 70s, they did a lot of stuff. So like there was a lot of cults and all kind of shit, like, you know, but a witches coven like that, That's crazy. Like to be like, hey man, I'm about to my coven mate or whatever. I'm about to hook them up with a job at Marvel Comics. Like, who hooked who up? You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. Like, and what do you do like at a witchcraft gathering? Like, I'm curious as hell. But Marvel had witches, real life witches, according to the great Gerry Conway. And just want to reiterate one last time, Stash fam, Gerry Conway is having his last signing next week, Valentine's Day, 12 to 3 Pacific at Arsenal Comics. He's $25 Raw, $35 CGC. And this is it. This is it. I don't even know if he's gonna do like what do you call it, like in-house signings where they do the mail-in stuff like at future dates. Because sometimes like Doug Munch, he does that sometimes. There's artists and creators that don't do conventions. Like Bruce Timm, he did one like a couple years back. But they don't do conventions. So I don't know if this is his last time you can get something signed from him. I think it is. I believe this is it.
Yeah, because he might, well, like Timmy was saying, that he might stop early too. So you don't know.
So get there early. Do what you got to do, guys. Support the legend. And, you know, yeah, and show us what you get signed. I'm curious as hell.
Ask your wives if you can go. Ask them.
Yeah, don't be in a doghouse over it, right? All right, so now we're here, man. Sig Slayer's updates. There's a lot of things that we could talk about in this segment here. Obviously, next week, I'm going to tell you guys this. I don't know if I say this every time, but I think I said this last time about this particular interview, that this is my interview of the year so far. Yeah. This is one of the most candid interviews of the year. This is a great interview. Jonathan Glapion, next Thursday, 5 o'clock Eastern on the Sig Slayer station. We talk about it all. Obviously, we're talking about the curse of Shirley Johnson. If you watch this whole interview and not love Todd McFarlane even more, I don't think you have a pulse.
That was my favorite thing about the interview, about his trajectory and how Todd kept on pushing him to do more, you know. And Todd was always like, "Hey, I'll still be here if whatever you want to do, I'm still gonna be here, and you can still work for me if you want." So
yes, so this interview was great. We also talk about art and art process, and I think this is great here. OAX, PlanetCon, Como, lots of big cons coming. Yes, and we're gonna be at OAX, so we're gonna actually cover OAX in depth. Yeah. And then we already had we talked about it with actual, Kazra and USEG. So, but there was more announcements from Planet this week and Mega. And so that's why we highlighted those two shows tonight, because they brought some more A-list. But yeah, you're going to Como. Brian Bolland's going to be there. Going to be insane. Yeah, it's going to be nuts. So yeah, So once we get to the second quarter of the year, when we're talking about Heroes and Como and Comic-Con Revolution, it's going to get crazy. So this first quarter with OAX, when you think about it, you got OAX, Planet Comic-Con, and Megacon first quarter. Those three shows are fire.
Yeah.
And OAX is crazy. And so I'm done talking about OAX. I want to go. I'm like, it's time to get there. It's time to get to OAX. Never been there before. Let's make this shit happen. So that's another thing. If you see us at shows, like, let us know, man. Like some dude, like one of our frequent viewers on Stash Wars Live was like, yeah, man, I saw you at New York. And I was like, you ain't say nothing? Oh, man, I thought you was busy doing what, man? So if you guys see me, I'm interested in seeing you. So let me know. Let me know if y'all going to any of these shows. Definitely going to OAX. Definitely going to Planet Comic Con. Definitely going to Megacon. So yeah, there's plenty of opportunities for us to synchronize. But back to this Jonathan Glapion interview. It's one of the best ones because it's candid, and even the art process, right? When we talk about his collaboration with, now legendary collaboration with Greg Capullo, but how that started up, man, I'm telling you guys, don't miss this. If you're an art collector, you don't want to miss this. If you're a comic book reader, you don't want to miss this. If you're a Todd McFarlane fan, you don't want to miss this episode. This one is one of my favorites of the last couple years. And then check out our live we just had with Jason Aaron. That was just on Wednesday. Check the rewind out. He dropped a lot of jewels. I wasn't expecting him to get that in depth. Were you able to see all of it, Mark?
I was in the chat the whole time, wasn't I?
Yeah, man. I was there. I'm just confirming.
I had my eyes glued. I was taking all of Jason's wisdom.
Yeah, there was a lot of jewels there. Great questions asked. I want him to come back, and we're gonna have some other A-list talent like this going to be on the process. We're gonna be doing more live editions of the process. So if you like that, we're bringing more. David Barron with the process. We're gonna have Mark Wade, Ryan Benjamin coming up in live episodes. So check that out. Doug Mankey, and we just shared that. We were just talking actually earlier today that we're going to be doing some live coloring as well. So you're going to see some never before seen art by A-list artists, and you're going to see a fully rendered piece live colored by one of the best color artists in the game, David Barron. So we're cranking up the production value on the process. Still doing some color, but doing some live stuff, and then having these awesome pro talks. Oh man, and then shit, man, there's so much stuff, man. Just this week was just so crazy. Tell them who was interviewing last night.
We had Dan Moore on, man. It was a bit of a miscommunication, and it was a bit more difficult than one of our other interviews, but we got it done, man. We have Dan Moore coming up, and today we had John Timms. Tomorrow we have Declan Shalvey,
right?
We got
Declan Shalvey. We had John Timms. That's another one we interviewed today, and then Dan Moore last night. So March is going to be lit. And then hopefully you guys all checked out the Mark Wade interview that dropped yesterday. So we're bringing heaters just left and right, and it's not gonna stop, guys. We got a lot of things planned for the upcoming months. And then I also wanted to talk about memberships again, because I was trying to update my membership, and then YouTube did some funky crap where now I have to fix my whole membership thing all over again. So I got some really cool membership perks that we're going to have. One of them is you guys will be able to see the unedited versions of all of these interviews weeks in advance. I'm talking weeks. And we got a lot of cool interviews coming up. And so, our members will be able to check that out. And then also, we're going to be giving away art. I'm still curating that. I can't wait to go to OAX to see what I can do with sketch cards of OAX. I'm really curious to see if I just did what I normally do, what could happen. So I'm gonna go there and put it on difficulty, the highest difficulty setting, and see what I can do. at OAX. I'm really curious about that, and we're definitely going to report our findings at OAX. But going back to the channel, Mark Wade last night. Looking forward. I hope you guys check this out. This was great. Talking about his resurgence. Talking about all the things he's been doing. The new history of the DC universe. Batman and Robin Year One. Justice League Unlimited. And then we follow that stuff up with an interview with his now longtime collaborator, Dan Mora, because they've been cranking out a lot of stuff. That's been awesome. And then, yeah, like I said, the Jonathan Glapion, that's going to pop. I hope you guys check that out. And then there's something else that I wanted to say. What am I drawing a blank on? Whatnots have been great, guys. If you guys have been checking out the Whatnots have been very hilarious. I think every week there's been something that I just die laughing about.
You still have to bring out the D's Nuts Bowl. The nuts.
Yes, I have to bring that out a lot. Yeah, because like Whatnot has this whole like how they value things. And so you got to bring people down to earth with these nuts. And so, yeah, I have to bring those out quite often throughout the stream. But it's funny. It's hilarious when it pops out. But I did want to say, I want to apologize to some of the people if you guys watched the rewind. I had to dip out mad early yesterday because we had the interview with Dan Mora. And so I was only able to stay for like 45 minutes. It was way shorter than what I normally stream for and Whatnot. And so apologize. Like if you thought I wasn't there, if some things got sold and thought it was going to be there. Hey man, I was in and out last night, but I definitely wanted to at least show up and be consistent there. But check us out every Tuesdays and Thursdays on Whatnot, 7 p.m. Eastern next week. The reason why I'm bringing this up, if you are a Transformer fan, a G.I. Joe fan, we have a former Transformer G.I. Joe artist from IDW, and he has these vintage blank sketch cards that he's going to be doing sketch requests next week on the Whatnot stream. And he's got however many, he's going to be doing that. And then he's got a bunch of exclusive IDW Transformer stuff and just a bunch of just stuff, DC stuff, just from his career signed. And so we're going to be doing all kind of stuff, art related, and then some memorabilia stuff on Tuesday. So I'm really curious to see what pops. I'm going to be curating the store on Sunday. But yeah, if you're a Transformer or G.I. Joe person, this dude has years and years and years of experience with those IPs and making professional cards. So he's done cards. His name is Marthias Wade. One of the indie creators that we've interviewed recently. But yeah, I was like, oh, you got blank sketch cards, from IDW. So there are, published, and he got them from IDW because he worked there. So yeah, if you guys are interested, and they're not going to be expensive. So if you're into that, you can get your own characters. You can get whatever you want. Yeah, so we're gonna be doing that starting at 7 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday. That's this upcoming Tuesday, and then Thursday is normal Will and Deal. And since I left so early on yesterday, I'll recap some of the DC stuff that I still have left that I'm gonna show before we shift over to Marvel stock, guys. Because yes, we are gonna have Marvel stuff on the Sig Slayers, Offerama's, and so we have a Marvel show coming up on the 23rd. So that's gonna be dope. I'm looking forward to that, and we're gonna be having tons of shows throughout the month with different artists, people that you guys know, familiar names. We're gonna be having shows with art reps, so where you can get things directly from them. Smaller ticket items, bigger ticket items, but smaller ticket items too. Variant covers, sketch covers, things of that nature. Things that people on Whatnot would buy. But yeah, it's been really fun this month, and I don't have the schedule pulled up, but we got also the owner of the Cuber School, Anthony Marquez. I thought it was Marquez, but it's Marquez, right?
Yeah, how do you say?
He's
Mar-
Anthony Marquez.
Marquez. Yeah,
Marquez, yeah. Anthony Marquez, owner of the Cuber School, also former editor of DC, and now he's kind of like, you know, in the mix as a penciler, and that interview was dope. Obviously, he has kind of like a Darwin Cookish style. Did a new Frontier cover, but he said he's doing a Justice Society of America miniseries
with James Robinson.
And he said that shit look. He said it's crazy. He's like, it's very aggressive. It's very unlike what people expect his art style to be. And so the way he described it, and he's also going to share a little bit of that with us too. So yeah, so we got a bunch of cool interviews, and then Jorge Gutierrez, right? Want to talk a little bit about that?
That was a great interview. I like that one.
Yeah, I like that one a lot too. And you know, and that's animation. So we cover all the aspects of sequential storytelling. You know, it's all, everything starts with static images, and then it gets animated, right? And so we talk about it all. And Jorge Gutierrez is one of the giants in animation, and he talks about his upbringing and also some of the upcoming projects that he's working on right now. And so so the month of February is fire, but the month of March is starting off with Dan Mora. So we're giving you a lot of spoilers tonight while we have time, because we're going to be on the road a lot in a couple weeks, starting with OAX, and then Megacon's right around the corner and stuff. And so if you see us at a show, stop us, because you might get a cool Sig, because we're always on a mission here. But yeah, man, Gerry Conway next week. Get yours. I got a bunch of mine. This right here is Fire and Desire. Oh, let me just show you guys this. Show you guys this real quick.
You had them sign the back too?
The back cover is better than the front cover.
They have I think they have it inside. But yeah, I thought one of the other covers that they were gonna use is better than the actual cover.
The back cover is better than the front cover. To me,
you're crazy for that, but
to me the back cover is virgin. It was virgin before virgin, right?
they have some of the like possible covers that they were gonna do, and I forgot which composition I liked the best.
Hold on, let me give you the full screen real quick. Give me 1 second.
I can't really see it backwards, but let me see. You can give me the full screen? Yeah, they have like the possible covers. I think it's that one. I think that was a better composition.
So those are what, prelims?
Yeah, like prelims.
And so what you saying, you like these versions better? What are you telling me?
I like this composition better. Like Superman coming straight on into Spider-Man. Instead of them being like side to side, this one he's like coming up to him. They're going head to head right there. But they eventually landed on that one. Yeah, it looks like Superman's kind of like flying away, I like that one. He's like coming onto him like straight up.
But Spider-Man looks kind of goofy.
In this one? In the one I was showing you?
The other one, yeah. At least this prelim, it looks like he's like got leverage on some. The other one, he's kind of like suspended in the air, like weird.
Let's see one more time.
See how he's kind of like just kind of hunched over?
I don't know. He's kind of like, I think he's kind of like, oh shit, he's coming at me.
Did he draw the tower? Was the tower drawn in there? Was he gonna be on the tower?
No, it looks like no towers in there. I think these are composed by Carmine. Carmine switched to shot down.
See the stuff Neil was saying about the Superman stuff, dude. He's right. You're proving it even with the prelim. If you're saying Carmine did the layouts for the prelims, because Neil was saying that Ross Andrew couldn't. He wasn't really comfortable with the Superman figures, and so he had Neil do the Superman figures.
Yeah, let's see who else was in here. Dick Giordano inked it. Yeah, a lot of good hands were in this book, man.
Yeah, this book was a Krusty Bunker job, man. Like I'm saying, like as far as the Superman part, you know what I mean? Like, and then like all the people that we interviewed that was from the Krusty Bunker, it makes total sense because like they were just trying to get that shit done. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like how it is now, where it's like there's more. Your reputation is on the line for everything that you turn in. Back when this came out, you know, they were just trying to get shit done. Yeah, this was big, so they wanted all hands on deck. And you know, I mean, yeah, that's at least that's the way Neil explained it to me. And you know, you guys know I wouldn't have gotten Neil to sign it. He's not credited on this, but the only reason why this was signed by Neil Adams because he insisted that he's a part of this book. And if you guys know the story behind that, you know, then you know what I'm talking about. But he talks about Ross Andrew and not in a negative way, but you know how they were close. And like I said, the whole Krusty Bunker thing, like people don't really understand that now because that's not the way you make comics today, you know?
Well, like, dude, if you see the Jimmy Olsen, Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen, like, it's not credited, but the faces of Superman were redone by Kurt Swan, and I think Neil might have done some of those too. But it's you could tell like straight up that it's not Kirby and everything. Comic Tropes has a whole episode on it, but I always hated reading those because Superman always just looked kind of funky, you know. Habla, said Neil.
Yeah, exactly. You see what I'm saying? Like SCG is saying it like yeah, Neil was telling me, and the thing is, as time goes along, right? And this is the part that makes it uncomfortable to talk about, is because as time goes along, right? This becomes bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And now we have another one coming out, right? And so when you start talking about your legacy and things that you've done, just in any profession, when you're at the top of your game, like someone like a Neil Adams, being a part of this has to be a part of your story, right? Yeah. Now, before, you like I said, back in the day, it was just a job, and everybody wanted to look. He wanted Ross to look good, and he didn't want to, you know, put him out there because he was also getting up there in age too. Yeah, and so he was just supporting his boy. But that's the way they did shit. That's the way a lot of these guys came up. They did little fill-in, little odds and end jobs on whatever. They didn't get no credit. They were just being, it was ghosts. But that was how you got in, right? Yeah. But now, right? It's almost like the Bill Finger, right? Yeah. Not to equate this the same because it's not. Like, because Bob Kane wasn't a good person, but yeah. But from the standpoint of like, there was always ghosts. Yeah. Ghost contributors throughout it all. So it was like, and it was your way to get your foot in the door. But eventually, right, if you become a name, then yeah, you should be acknowledged for all the things that you've done, you know. And if you're someone like Neil Adams and you did the Superman figures in the first Marvel DC crossover, that's a flex, bro. Like, come on, like, of course Like, yo, you came in, put me in, coach. Yeah, by the way, I'm one of the world renowned. Like, I'm in this, but I'm not in this. Like, but by the time this was signed, this was 2019, right? So we're, like Neil's in full on, like, I'm gonna say whatever the fuck I'm gonna say anyway, right? And he never really held back anyway, but you ask him questions, he's gonna answer it to the fullest extent. And that to me, is why this is signed, man. And Gerry Conway, this to me is the number one thing. And then someone asked me last night, like, do you have any Stan Lee? The only thing I regret not getting a Stan Lee Sig on is this. Otherwise I wouldn't have.
I think Stanley was the editor on it too, so I think he actually presented by Carmen Infantino and Stanley.
Yeah, see, I that's the only regret, man. Like, otherwise, like, I'm not a Spider-Man fan. I'm not really much of a Marvel fan, so it's like there's not much that I would want from Stan Lee. I'm pretty sure there is some things if I really thought about it, but this is number one thing that comes to mind. If I had this triple signed, Jesus.
But you got
imagine this. You got Neil Adams, Gerry Conway, and Stan Lee on this. That would be freaking crazy.
Well, you got some edits from Roy Thomas, Marv Wolfman. Those two cats are still around. Julie Swartz is not around no more.
Not around. Nah, well, this here, I'm not touching no more, man. This is Gerry Conway and Neil Adams. I'm leaving it here, man.
Yeah.
I'm leaving it here. I'm leaving that there. But check if you guys are in the Southern California area, Gerry Conway is giving his final signing next Saturday, $25 a pop, $35 CGC. I'm curious what comics he has in his collection. You also can buy books and just collectibles that are directly from his collection.
I'm gonna hit Timmy up for some of those that he's got, man. I at least want one,
Yeah, man. What you got in your hand?
This is what I got on the back. I'm throwing them in the same.
Yeah, I got that one too, man. Would you need some treasury backing boards? There you go, rough housing.
Yeah, this saves space, man. Putting them back in front.
I had them sign my Superman vs. Wonder Woman treasury for other stuff. Yeah, and I just sold the Superman versus Shazam last night. Yeah, I sold the Superman or was it Tuesday? So I had the Superman versus Shazam signed by Gerry Conway. I sold that I think last night. And I just wanted to share something to honor him. And then I actually sold because we interviewed Mark Waid and Dan Mora. I sold last night a the world's finest #1 double signed by them. It was fun, man. But this here, man, talking about Gerry Conway, this is one of my favorites because it's like Dan Jurgens and Gerry Conway. Like, how many times you gonna get that combo on the book?
It's a nice cover.
Yeah, and it's Killer Croc's first, major cover. I really dig that, man. But yeah, I want to know of all the stuff we talked about in these upcoming things. We got Jonathan Glapion. We just interviewed John Timms today. We got Declan Shalvey tomorrow.
Yeah.
We interviewed Dan Murray yesterday. What are you most looking forward to seeing? Like seeing done and want to see it already produced?
Kind of want to see. Well, since we already did those recently, and I kind of still have them fresh in my mind, I want to see the Jorge Gutierrez one. It's because I want to go back in that span and then see his steps to becoming who he is today, And the Guillermo del Toro story was great too. That I thought that was really funny, and everything that Guillermo kept on dodging him. I thought that was funny.
I thought that actually I was a little frustrated for him when he told that story. I can't lie.
We feel that sometimes, man.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, shit, hell yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I'm most looking forward to the Jonathan Glapion. I can't wait to edit this one because he shares so candidly on this, and I just think that that's the kind of interviews that's why I do this type of stuff, because I he dropped so much jewels on his ascension, but then but even now still having to make different career choices right this late in the game. And so it was just it's a very interesting career path, very talented person. And I just want to say, I've been telling everybody for a while that Scott Snyder said last year at Megacon that there's going to be a metal trilogy.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and I'm curious, seeing Capullo is on the Marvel right now. Snyder is killing it with the Absolute stuff. And then you got Jonathan Glapion doing the Curse of Shirley Johnson as a penciler, right? Like, how are they bringing the band back together for this, or is Snyder going to use a whole new artist team? Like, which you can't do metal without Capullo and Glapion. I'm sorry. You for it to be a trilogy.
Yeah.
So, where the artists are at least, I'm curious to see if and when this will happen, because Jonathan is cooking on Shirley Johnson. I'm curious about Greg Capullo. Let me know, guys. I'm not much of a Marvel guy. Like, how is Greg Capullo doing in the Marvel? Let me know in the chat. I heard about I've not heard. I have the Deadpool. I was like, it didn't have the same feel, as the Capullo that I'm used to seeing with the Batman and Metal. But let me know, guys, if you guys been picking up Greg Capullo stuff. I know he did a lot of Wolverine work since he's been back. Does it have the same kind of energy as Capullo had when he was with DC for over a decade? Let me know in the chat on that. I'm curious about that. Yeah, but I thought that Jonathan and also Danny Mickey, I think that's a great combination with Greg. I think that's, but and then you got Danny Mickey doing Ghost Machine.
I love that revelation that so Jonathan's interview was great, man. Like, just the revelations that he was dropping of stuff that we actually wanted to know about, stuff
right.
that we had questions on. Why is he the inker for Batman 1 through 20? Was it 1 through 20? And then Danny Mickey shows on. Why are there blue lines? So why are those first ones blue lines? Why is Danny Mickey's traditional? So I thought all those revelations, those are what really made the interview. And then the whole thing with Todd and everything, and how he became a penciler for Shirley Johnson, and how that project came about,
So Derek WC, not a number here, said the art is great in Wolverine Revenge.
Yeah.
And I think you can't go wrong with the Greg Capullo, but just based off what I saw from the Deadpool crossover with Batman, I just it didn't give me what I'm used to seeing. Even on the coloring, it was a little different, and so I'm curious. I'm curious what this, if Snyder is this a long game, Where okay, I'm telling you in 2025, and then this shit is not gonna drop until 2035, right? And everybody forgot about it or thought it wasn't gonna happen, and it fizzled out. And then all of a sudden, oh shit, the band is back together when no one thought about it, right? Is it one of those type of things? That was the lesser of the two crossovers. Yes, Morris and Mora was way better. Yeah.
Yeah, we agree.
Agree 100%. So I'm curious. Tim Thompson on the inks on the yeah. It's a different feel altogether. I'm curious to see what they do with that. Another and here's another thing a writer said there was going to be a sequel, and I'm still waiting on it. Grant Morrison said that there was going to be an Arkham Asylum 2, TOO.
Yeah, TOO.
Yes, and it was and Damian was supposed to be the Batman in it, and it's supposed to be kind of like a quasi sequel to Batman 666 and Arkham Asylum. And he said Chris Burnham was supposed to be the artist, which is way different from Dave McKean.
He's been talking about this for forever, man. But
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like to have it all. Oh, yeah, hold on. Wait a minute. Oh, whoa. Wait a minute. Hold on. Time out.
What?
We've been dealing with all kind of stuff. I've been meaning to hit up SEG. I hope everything's been good with the weather where you at, man. The weather was crazy where I was at, SEG, but it's better now. But I hope everything's was good with you and yours. But I've been so dealing with other stuff, I failed to realize that Hush 2 has not completed. I totally let that slide. What the hell? We still have Batman Volume 3 pending? And we're on like issue 5 going on 6 of Volume 4? So you mean to tell me that Matt Fraction and Jorge got 6 issues about to drop before these dudes can do a funky ass 2?
Yeah, man.
And if you guys haven't seen, shameless plug, we did interview Jeff Loeb, and we did talk about this. And Jeff Loeb, like, hey, man, my name is Bennett. I ain't in it. My name is Wes. I ain't in that mess. Like, Jeff Loeb was like, Homer Simpson ducking into the bushes. When it came to he was like, hey, man, my script's done, man. I don't know what's cracking.
Yeah, for sure it's not on him, man. Like,
so, but then he said some stuff, man. Check out that Jeff Loeb interview. He talks about that. But Mark, for the life of me, I did not know that Hush 2 is not done. I just thought I didn't get my pull in a while, and that it's in my pull. I just got to get it. Like, I just assumed that it's 2025. They just needed 2 issues, and this is since July of last year.
Yeah, you ain't missing much, man.
So August, September, October, November, December, January, 7 months to produce 2 issues.
It's only
I just assumed it would be out already.
It's only on its to the last 2 issues, right?
That's what I'm saying.
I thought you were saying, I don't know, man. I haven't been following it because,
bro, this is embarrassing. If Absolute Batman and Absolute Universe wasn't doing so well, Hush 2 would be studied.
Is it gonna get finished? Is it gonna be like All-Star Batman and Robin? You sure?
Bro, come on, man. No, like, yo, like now you triggering me, dude, because do you understand that this is an in-story Batman, right?
Yeah, but
there's a certain decorum you gotta have when you're dealing with ongoing series. This is Batman. This is not fucking Blue Beetle or Booster Gold, and you just
Batman
fall off.
2. That was Batman
You just
2.
fall off and don't even finish. You leave an ongoing Batman series on an ellipses. Get the fuck out of here.
He might be like, I don't give a fuck anymore, and he's just like, I don't want to do it. You know, it's Jim Lee. You know, it's Jim Lee, man. He's done,
bruh. It like Derek is right here. Like the last issues of half the story, and then because that's what Jeff said. Jeff said that half of it was going to be in Batman Volume 3, quote unquote, and then they were going to do their own miniseries to conclude it outside of continuity or outside of the series.
We gotta bet if they're even. They said Hush 3 too, didn't they? They said that there's gonna be a Hush 3.
But this is what I don't understand. From what we were told, this was Jim Lee's idea.
Maybe he just wanted to sell the first issue, you know? He just wanted to sell the... SCG, man, give you props, man. You just like made me realize something that I was not paying attention to. Hush, like, it's not even about Hush, really, to me. It's the fact that this is Batman Volume 3 that has not concluded. And that there's another volume that's going on its 6th issue before the previous volume hasn't even released their penultimate issue. This is crazy. Yeah, like, I agree. I agree with SCG here. Absolute bail Jim's bacon, dude. Because this is crazy. He is the publisher. He's the guy. But you see these variant covers. Like, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Can't keep new Batman tales.
and
that's true.
Jorge and Matt Fraction, I'm hearing a lot of good things. I'm waiting for the trade. I got the issues, but they're about to get signed, so I'm not reading them. But this is really pissing me off. Like, I didn't mean the end tonight being pissed. Like, damn, you can't 7 months, 2 issues, and this is not we're not talking about like deluxe prestige, 33, 35 pagers. You know what I mean? Oversized issues. You got to paint everything like your Bernie or something, like, you know what I mean? We're talking about regular. You got your normal team.
Well, tell him how many pages Dan Mora can hit in a day, man. On a good day, 3 pages. Man.
Oh yeah. Dan Mora said he said this like without blinking. I ain't never seen an artist say this. That he could do 3 pages a day, and that he does 2 layouts a day anyway. So he does 2 layouts regardless. Like 2.
It's like Jack Kirby's shit,
So that's why you see all this volume. This dude is a maniac, man. Like, I can't wait for you guys to see the Dan Mora one. That's gonna be the first Thursday in March, man. But guys, let me know. Hit me up, Sig Slayers on IG. Let me know if you're going to OAX. Please let me know. That means you too, SCG. I think you said you're going. Let me know if you're going to Planet Comic Con. We're gonna be there. We're gonna be at Megacon. We're gonna be at Comic Con Revolution. We're gonna be pretty much anywhere we can go, right? So let us know in the chat, and also, if you have won a prize here, man, I'm still waiting on you guys to hit me up on IG so you can redeem your stuff. I get a lot of messages and stuff. I don't, it's just easier if you just DM me so I can just do that, and it just helps me out. So if you want your prize, please hit me up. Word. So yeah, man, I definitely want to take pictures with cats that has been here and that's been in the chats or whatever. Put faces to some of these names and have a good time. See what art you got. See if you got any Green Lantern, Jeff Johns Green Lantern, any Morrison Batman. I'm always, you know, on the prowl, you know. So yeah, let us know. Hold on.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
you want a hush Ashcan. You told me to keep it and give it to you in person.
Man, I couldn't even compare Dan Moore to Jack Kirby. I just looked it up and it says Jack Kirby usually drew 3 to 5 pages per day at his peak.
Who?
Jack Kirby.
God
3 to 5.
damn, man. That's wild, man.
But he wasn't inking them though. You know, he was.
I mean, but still though, like drawing, like to me, drawing and what they in this type of stuff he was drawing, to me that it as an outsider looking in looks like the degree of difficulty is super high. So if he was doing, you know, 5 pages like on a high note, that's crazy. This here though, Jack was all traditional too. Yet, where is he at? I hear Mike Bruce has a great green dude. Yes, Dan Mora does what Jason Fabok does what Jorge Jimenez is starting to do now. Well, he'll do the bulk of the pages digital, and then splashes and covers, a traditional, and that's when they have time. If they got to do a deadline, they mainly are digital. So in other words, they're digital, and then they flip certain pages. They know that traditional is the way to go when you're selling art. But the problem is with digital, when they do stuff like that, the art is so freaking expensive because they're only doing covers and they're only doing splash pages, right? So, you know, what if you just want a panel page, right? A cool one, but they're digital, so it's. I mean, Jorge Jimenez is selling those mono prints. Are you guys buying mono prints from Comic-Con Art? Are you guys buying mono prints, you know, from Jorge Jimenez? Because he's selling them. I look and like he's selling those things. So I'm wondering who's the audience, who's the customer base for these mono prints. Jack was making it up when he went along to No Reference like these guys all these years later. Yeah, like it's just different, man. It's just I just think that they like when you become reliant on technology, you lose certain things, right? So I believe that the stuff that Jack Kirby did, he's freaking nature to determine, but then also it's just a matter of like, you know, that's what you had to do to get shit done. You know what I mean? And so he just, you know, he did what he needed to do. He just so happened to, I think you could throw George Perez in there, that mix too, that just did crazy stuff. Not as fast as Kirby, but just the stuff that he did. And then we got the No Sir, the mono prints. So no mono prints here. And then what? Dude, I just knew SEG had at least 5 mono prints. No fucking way. SEG doesn't have a mono print.
No digital, man. All ink.
What? I am shocked, bro. This dude, he says he has an eclectic collection. So I thought he was going to have like a piece of all the different ways they make comics, and mono prints is the new way. Oh, I'm kind of disappointed, and I thought he had a don't they make Valiant stuff now? There's some digital guy on Valiant that got a mono print. I just thought he had a Valiant mono print. SEG, not even a Valiant mono print. I'm curious, man. So even if it was a Valiant mono print, and let's say who did Valiant back in the day? Give me an old school guy. That's a lot. That's alive.
Barry Windsor Smith's alive?
He's alive? I thought he was dead.
Bob Layden.
There it is.
Jim Shooter.
So there it is. He does. Okay.
Two mono
So the
print.
two mono prints, but he held his nose to him. Yeah, it's okay. I have to ask this question now. What's wrong with them? Isn't a monoprint like having like a 1 out of 200,000 variant? You're getting it's printed, but it's that like I don't think the artist really gives a damn to reprint stuff. Oh, Bruno Redondo. So yeah, Bruno Redondo, you wouldn't want that. Like, and these monoprints are printed on night. It's not like a freaking poster. It's on the, what do they call it? The geek clay. It's on that good shit. And it's that fine art inkjet where it's like the blacks are very deep, like the colors are very, very deep, rich. You know what I mean? Like I've gotten I have a Jorge Jimenez one, and I had a Alex Sinclair fully colored Jim Lee one. And those things in hand are gorgeous. The monoprints are gorgeous.
It's a bit of a high-end poster, though, no? Very, very high-end.
But isn't that what it's the comics are more mass-produced?
Yeah, 1 of 1. Yeah, but it's what people value. You've been saying that people like are crazy about comics, and
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out somebody is buying these Jorge Jimenez because they're selling out. Like he's selling them, and they're like $300, $200, $300. Some of them are $1,000.
Well, those aren't bad prices either. $300.
But I'm saying some of them are 700,000.
And those are selling out too.
Yes.
Then some people have different tastes,
Now here we go. Now here's the thing about blue lines.
Yeah, right.
Here's the thing about blue lines.
No, there ain't nothing wrong with blue lines, man.
I don't have a problem with blue lines if you have everything.
Yeah, there's kind of that. Yeah, it's like
I don't like the fact that it's like those jewelry charms where you have like one half of the heart, and then somebody in the other side of the earth got the other half of the heart, and you guys got to come together to put the heart together. Fuck that.
What about that like inks that I got? Oh well,
at least monoprint means one. It's one.
Okay, so that's what that what's it called? The Yvonne piece.
Which one?
The Beast World one. I have the pencils, and someone else, and he said someone else has the inks, and I'm like, fuck, man.
Yeah, dude, and it's Danny Mickey, don't you? It's like, yeah, like I would want both. Like I would want both, but if I had to pick between the two,
the pencils,
I would get the pencils, but sometimes the pencils suck looking. You know what I mean? With a bunch of X's and stuff. So it has to be a pencil page that's worth keeping. Otherwise, if it has a bunch of holes in it because the inker is going to fill in all those blacks, so yeah, I would rather have the pencils. But Yvonne, what's cool about Yvonne, his pencils are so vivid that it could be you could just increase the contrast, and they could probably not even need an inker.
When he told me that someone had the inks for, I was like, why are you buying the inks without the pencils? It's like,
yeah, truth be told, I would rather have one piece. Like so you guys mentioned blue lines, like I'm like whatever, and then a lot of people like I have a Cameron Stewart piece where he does the pencils digital, and then he prints it out and then ink it. How do you guys feel about that? I don't know how I feel about those either. I mean, to me, they're all.
How much did that run though? How much did that piece run?
They're not that expensive because it was like maybe my dark side piece. It was like what, 300 or 250 or something.
And I feel like that's better than a mono print, that's like kind of hybrid,
Yeah, it's like a blue line, but you have it all in one piece.
Yeah.
I would rather have that where the printed digital printed pencils, and then they did their own inks. Like, I would rather have that than the blue line. I'm confused. I used to think pencils were the original, but the inks are what got to go onto the publish page. Also, inks are easier to scan. Right. You want to? I think I want the final image, but I want it all on one piece. So if that's a mono print, that's last place, right? And then just before that, in my opinion, is separated blue line pieces, right? So if you have either one on its own, that's second to last. And then I would say just before that would be the actually the blue line, having both of them. And then before that, I would say the blue line with the inks, and then traditional. That's what, to me, like having more than one piece, if you're trying to display it, it can be problematic. But to me, it's all about what you want, though. I would take it all. Like, if somebody, if it's something, like, for example, if it was a cool Green Lantern page, like a Keith Champagne, and he had the inks, I would take it. If it didn't have a grease stain on it, and was it trying to sell it for like, $800? Yeah, people are starting to want Jim Lee money for a print. Yeah, see, I agree with you 100% with that right there. For this, okay, yeah, it's only you can get what you can get. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like there's an abundance of whatever you're looking for. Is either whatever's available, you gotta take what you can get. But I tend to now. I think I can say today, my period of time is that sweet spot of 2005 to 2011. That's me. That's my DC love right there. And so anything after that, I really don't care about. Anything before that, I would rather read, and I'm probably priced out. You know what I mean? I think one artist doing blue line is more accepted than different prints. Yeah, okay, because of the duo versus, yeah, exactly. Like, I think people have been more receptive when it's one artist, and even if they do their own printed digital and then they ink over it. I just don't like when they sell it like it's like they say it's pencil and inks, and it's not no pencils. It's the print. Like, I hate like keep it straight. Like, say it's like mixed media, or just give me a clue that it's not traditional, because it's not traditionally composed. To me, all things being equal, artists, scenes, characters, the separate pages of shipping cost more. Yeah. And it would come on. And that's the thing too. Like, sometimes you'll get like one artist charging more for their half than the other artists, and then there's the cheaper one. There's a premium for that one because the more expensive one is out of reach. It's like it's crazy. Like, but hey, I would say this in conclusion, guys. Because you know what, SCG, I'm gonna hit you up because I do want to have you on if you are available before OAX. So let me know. I'll hit you up because I definitely want. I'm definitely gonna do another one of these before OAX. I talked to Adam Cutie last year, and he said that he viewed blue lines and inks over it were no different than the cutoffs or stats that his dad and others use as part of the process. Yeah, it's like at the end of the day, you're doing commercial work. It's not romanticized. It's like I'm getting paid to get this shit done. I need my job done. I want my reputation is at stake. I want to have professional level work, and sometimes you got to do things sometimes you got to come back and do take two, and there's overlays in that process, right? So, yeah, I like that, even if it's traditional, right? If it's traditional, and you have a little overlay there or a little stat in the middle of it, but everything else is traditional. That's cool too. It's all a part of the process. To me, it's exactly like I couldn't have said it better than what SCG said here. And yeah, I think all of these comments are spot on. And years later, the process becomes part of what exactly. Like some people like the word balloons. I don't like word balloons. To me, it's one thing that could go wrong on a goddamn shit. Like I don't. It's one thing that could fall off. Like, so I don't like word balloons. So I'm huh?
Just glue them back on, man. Just get your fucking Elmers and then just throw it back on.
Yeah. I'm happy that the era that I like, that I kind of grew into was the non-word balloon era and the digital coloring era and all of that stuff. So I do like that. But now we're in the era where everything is kind of more digitized and like I said, people are buying that Jorge Jimenez stuff. So at some point, I want to see where people. He said he misses word balloons. I want to see where we get to the point where there's more of an interest in monoprints. The reason why I'm bringing up monoprints versus blue lines is because blue lines is about to get phased out because the inker is getting phased out. So like, there's not really if these artists are doing their own stuff digitally, they would have to seek out an inker if they really wanted one, But for the most part, these guys that doing digital, like, how are they going to sell their work? Well, they're doing these monoprints. Whereas, blue line to me is like color guides. Like it's just a certain era in time and then it's gone. But digital's here to stay.
This shit's cool, man. It's got the onomatopoeias on it, man. Those are glued on. So like Black Canary screeching.
That's dope, man. And that's one of my favorite times too. That the green arrow.
At OAX. Is Jason going to OAX? Maybe.
I believe so. I believe he's going to OAX, man. That's a great page. Yeah, man. Just one thing that could go wrong, but some people love it. Like SEG said, he missed the word balloons. Yeah, because of the art market, and for me, like at the end of the day, I'm able to separate the art process and the production process of making the comic versus the art collector part. Like for me, like I don't care, like because at this point, like I said, that's the range. 2005 to 2011 is like pretty much where, like, so like all the new stuff I'm consuming like a normal reader, or I'm collecting signatures. You know what I mean? So it's like there's that element. So, the art market, yeah, to me, like as an artist, that's a big thing, and they, I'm curious how these digital artists are making money if they don't do like the splash page traditional or the cover traditional. Like, are you skating with monoprints on these fine art paper? Like, I'm curious about that. But yeah, I did get one because I wanted to have like something from everything. Now I don't have word balloons. I don't have a color guide, but I'm gonna get a color guide. I want a Spawn Olaf color guide. Yeah, but I definitely want a color guide at some point. But as far as like the pencil and inking, so I got one half of a blue line, and then I do have the digital pencil with the ink, by one artist, and then I have a monoprint And yeah, and it's funny because everybody I know, they're like anti-mono printing.
Yeah, we'll see you there, man.
Yes.
It's gonna be a good time.
It's going to be great, man. And congratulations in advance. But hey, guys, please check out, man. Before I head out of here, please check out the Mark Wade if you haven't. It's an awesome interview. Check that out. Check out the Jonathan Glapion on Thursday coming up. Check out the Jason Aaron, the live we just dropped on Wednesday. He's dropping a lot of gems if you are an aspiring writer for comics. Yes. The Mark Wade is fantastic. And yeah, I will be back here next week on Stash Wars Live, guys. We're gonna be out of here. Hey, Mark, is all. I'll see you in the morning. We got a Declan Shalvey tomorrow. Yep. Busy week. Let us know how we did in the comments. Please smash the like button if you haven't already. And hey, man, we're out. Peace.